For example, I have a job in New York, and I want to move to remotely work from my apartment or my home in California. Can I do it if I'm an H-1B, or do the company need to do anything?
Yeah, so in that kind of situation where the work location is changing from the company's office in New York to a new location in California at your home, that would actually require an amended H-1B petition to be filed before you can make that move. So anytime you're working from home, if it's within the same area, the same metropolitan statistical area as the headquarters or the office where your H-1B was filed for, you can work from home without impacting the H-1B. But if your work location changes outside that metropolitan statistical area, we refer to that as the MSA, usually the county. If you're moving outside the county, then an amendment would be required. So most importantly, if your home is moving, if you decide you want to move to a different city and you've been working from home, you need to make sure that amendment is filed to allow you to work from your new home if it's outside that MSA.
Emily, what about for the people who are on adjustment of status, for example? Do they need to do anything? They have an EAD approved. Do they need to do anything on it?
Generally, no. The 485 is based on the offer of employment, and as long as that job offer is still available under the terms and conditions of the labor certification, you don't need to take any action to that. Now, if you're moving your job because the location where you were previously, the office location, is completely gone or completely moved, that might require a supplement J to be filed, and you need to make sure that your 485 has been pending for at least 180 days and your I-140 has been approved, because your green card, that application is based on a specific work location. So it really depends on how the labor certification was filed. Depending on that situation, it may require a supplement J.
What about the people who are on OPT, not STEM extension, they're on OPT? Can they work remotely?
I don't see any issue with that as long as the supervision is there, especially for STEM OPT. That was a big issue that came up a few years ago. They wanted to make sure that if work was going to be at a different location other than the company location, that there would be sufficient supervision to make sure you're actually being trained and learning something while you're working remotely.
What about the people on L2 EAD and H4 EAD? Can they work remotely?
Yes, no restrictions on L2 or H4 EAD. Those are not tied to a specific employer or a specific work location.
Emily, if I'm on H1B, I'm working remotely for, let's say, Coca-Cola company. I also want to work for Pepsi. Can I do that?
That is possible. If you have the time and the energy, because you're not driving and commuting every day, you would need to have the second company file a concurrent H-1B petition that allows you to work for two employers at the same time. Once that's filed, you can begin working for that second company.
It's called concurrently filed H-1B. What about H-4 EADs, though? Can they work concurrently for two different companies?
Absolutely, no problem.
What about the people who have filed for 485 and it's been more than 6 months, they have an EAD? Can they work for two companies at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely. And that second company, as long as you are still being the job offer is still there for the position that you were sponsored for and you're working for that employer, that second job can be any job. I don't think it has to be anything same or similar to the original job. You have an EAD that allows you to work for any employer anywhere, as long as you still have the job offer that supports the 485.